What's happening, friends? Welcome back to Dynamo DeFi. My name is Patrick, and on this channel I talk about cryptocurrency, decentralized finance, and economics. So if you like those topics, be sure to like and subscribe. Today's video, I have some quick channel updates on my schedule moving forward, and then I'll take a dive back into the Avalanche ecosystem to talk about my strategy over the next few months, to compare the various money markets that have launched on Avalanche recently. And then I've got a pretty insane yield farm that I'll show you guys later in the video. Unfortunately, it already started to run today, so I really wish I had gotten this video out last night or this morning. But perhaps some of you can still have some fun with it. All right then, so let's get into it. Bitcoin, as I'm making this video, is on the verge of an all-time high. It is so close. So possibly by the time you see this video, it will have already made one. Bitcoin's doing well. Hoping it makes an all-time high tonight, or if not, later this week. And I think once that happens, probably, no one can predict, but probably it's Bitcoin season for a bit. So my strategies now are going to focus on just accumulating more of the high quality coins that I like, which are, as people who watch this channel know, Luna, Avalanche, Phantom, sort of alternative layer 1 coins, and then using those coins to accumulate high quality DeFi projects for whenever alt season returns. So most of the projects I talk about today, I'm not buying outright. I'm farming those projects using coins that I have more confidence in, like Avalanche. All right, so let's take a quick look at the money markets on Avalanche. I'm not a big fan of leverage, but if you have, for example, some stable coins or wrap BTC or Ethereum, you can use this to borrow other coins and then use those to farm. So the three main money markets on Avalanche are Aave, which has finally launched a couple weeks ago. Trader Joe launched Banker Joe just the past week. So this is their lending platform. Trader Joe is the largest DEX on Avalanche and just an all-around phenomenal project. Also received some good funding from 3AC recently. And then Benki, which was the original money market. And I left it in here because there are some coins that actually have better rewards on Benki. So my conclusion as far as comparing these three, of course, Aave, you can't go wrong. It's going to have the best security, has the best reputation of any lending protocol, period, let alone on Avalanche. So you can't go wrong with Aave. Trader Joe, it doesn't have quite the same clout that Aave has, but given that they're such a big DEX and they have major backers, I would have a lot of confidence in Banker Joe as well. And then Benki is not quite there, but they do have some major backers as far as the Avalanche ecosystem goes. So I'd probably go with Aave or Trader Joe. The yields, I'm not even going to really go through them because I did a spreadsheet and they're almost all within 1 or 2 percentage points of each other. So the yield is really just which place you feel more comfortable keeping your tokens or which one you want to support. A couple differences in the yields, though, that I will call out. So Benki has very positive for ETH, 4%, and positive for wrapped BTC. So that is distinctive from Trader Joe and Aave. Trader Joe even has negative for wrapped BTC and is barely positive for ETH. So if you want to not have to pay interest on those two, then Benki would be your choice. The other thing that I would call out is that Trader Joe has really high rewards on Link right now. I think that's because maybe the pool isn't being used as much as they anticipated when they allocated their Joe rewards to it. But Link is, this is pretty good for a blue chip like Link. So that's nice. But otherwise, like I said, these yields are pretty similar, so I'm not going to bother going through them. Now, as far as my strategy on Avalanche goes, so my main pool I'm in right now, my main pool is going to be that just Joe AVAX farm, because Joe is kind of the premier DeFi project on Avalanche, and it's somewhere in here. It's that premier DeFi project on Avalanche, and it's got a pretty nice APR, 127%. So so I'm in this farm, and and I think this is probably a solid bet on the Avalanche ecosystem as well. In general, DEXes are a bet on the ecosystem, and the way I look at that is sort of like this: as the ecosystem grows, of course, the gas token, in this case AVAX, will accrue value. And the reason for that is that people need it to make transactions, send things, use DeFi projects, even trade NFTs on the ecosystem. But they also need a DEX, because in order to trade any sort of token, they need to use the DEX. So that's why the DEX often accrues value alongside the gas token, and sometimes accrues value even more than the gas token. Like PancakeSwap has consistently moved larger than BNB whenever BNB moves up or down. And Joe recently has been similar for Avalanche, so I expect those two to move together. So rather than just holding AVAX and staking it, I'm putting it in the Joe AVAX pool. And to me, that's a bet on the Avalanche ecosystem. So that's kind of like my bank account for Avalanche ecosystem. I'm also still in Wonderland. I did a video on Wonderland last week, but they've got big things going on. It's one of these Daniele projects. He's founded Abracadabra, and he's just taken the world of DeFi by storm. And I know that he has plans to integrate this with Abracadabra and just really blow up Wonderland. He had a phenomenal Twitter space last week that I'd recommend listening to if you've got some time. And so this one I'm definitely in as well, and this one I am actually holding and just farming it for their, I think it's 58,000% right now. 58,000%, I'm just farming it for rewards. Now onto the small projects. So again, these next couple projects I did not buy. I'm not investing in outright right now. Although Lydia I have in the past. I'm not investing in outright right now. What I'm doing is I'm using their farms to farm these tokens, and then I'm holding these tokens and staking them in a pool 2. So pool 1, if you're not familiar, pool 1 is when you put, say, let's see, I'll show you an example. Pool 1 on Lydia would be a pool that doesn't include the farming token. So AVAX USDT, for example. And then you receive LID, and then you can stake that LID in a pool 2 farm. So you can go to, for example, Electrum pools, and you can stake that LID and then earn a higher APR on that. And so that's how I'm accumulating this, because I think that this has potential to do well in the next leg of the bull run or at some point in the future. Now, what I like about this project is it's been around since the spring. It was sort of an OG DEX on Avalanche. It is an exchange, but what I like is the team has just continued to build. They're partnered with Ava Labs, and they built a bridge. So Lidgate is a bridge to BSC. They've added all these different kinds of farms. They built a lottery. They built a launch pad. They're coming out with some sort of NFT ecosystem now. So it's just really nice to see projects like that have just continued to build over the, during the summer when no one was talking about Avalanche at all, and then even since then, regardless of the price, they're continuing to add new features. So I like that a lot. So it's something that I'm willing to dedicate my yield towards, and they are audited as well. Next project, and this one might be a controversial one, is HurricaneSwap. So this project IDO'd recently and had a very rocky launch, and I think part of it is, in my humble opinion, they did too many airdrops, and when people get something for free, what's the first thing they do is they sell it. They sell it and just put the money somewhere else because they're not really that invested in the project. So in my opinion, they did that, and that's part of the reason why I'm not buying their HCT token directly. But it is an interesting project. They're building a cross-chain swap. So the idea is that you'll be able to swap directly, say between Avalanche and Binance Smart Chain with a low fee and low slippage. They claim it's going to be safer. There's probably something technical there. They have a very long white paper. They're also audited. And then they've got some really big investors: Huobi Ventures, KuCoin Labs, Gate.io Labs, NextC Labs, ZB Capital, just huge list of backers, which tells me, sometimes if smart money is betting on something, then it's not a bad bet. So what I'm going to do here is same thing as Lydia. I'll do one of these pools as soon as they load. Yeah, so you can see these would be the pool 1s, and then pool 2s are down here. So for example, AVAX USDC, AVAX USDT, I'll probably do one of these two, maybe AVAX ETH. Heck, I might even do the stable coins. I haven't decided on this one yet because I just started researching this project the past 2 days. But I might even do this one and just have my coins nice and safe while Bitcoin does its thing. Well, hopefully it does its thing in an upward direction. And then I'll just earn this token because I think this has a chance to do well. And when you're talking with these sorts of coins, you don't need all of them to do well. You really just need one to do well, and it will make up for any other losses. All right, now on to the yield farm, SmartCoin. Some of you may have heard of this, and I really wish I had gotten this out yesterday, so I apologize. Even since I started making this video, I think this was 150 when I started recording the video. But this is one of the craziest yield farms I've seen recently. They've sort of looked at the failures of other farms and adapted their farmonomics. They call it a self-feeding high APR yield farm. They have a trailer video you can watch here. In a nutshell, what this does is every time TVL doubles, it's almost like an experiment. Every time TVL doubles, they also double their APR by, of course, doubling the amount of smart SMRT tokens they're creating. And then additionally, they have something called a Bollinger Booster. So they have their Bollinger Bands are, as a token is going up, the Bollinger Bands are kind of the various averages, band averages moving around it. If it ever starts to drop too low, then the APR automatically increases, meaning that the emissions increase to incentivize people to buy back into the farm, thus stopping the price drop. Because they have one pool, and it's AVAX and their SMRT token. So I just put a little bit into this a couple days ago. You can see I don't have very much here. I put in a little bit a few days ago, and this has already come up a lot. So I'm going to give a few caveats first. This was, I think, 40 cents yesterday, so it's 4x. I almost hesitated to make the video, but people are talking about it, so I figured I would still cover this farm. Be very careful with this one. It's already come up a lot, and the other thing is, of course, they're just printing like no one's business. Eventually, this is going to collapse, right? They won't be able to Bollinger boost enough to incentivize people to go back into the farm, and when that happens, the price is going to drop more, so they're going to activate their Bollinger boosters even more, and then price is going to drop more, and it's going to create a pinwheel, and the whole thing is going to come down. I'm not too worried about rugs because it is audited by Paladin, and then RugDoc did KYC with them and has liquidity locked with RugDoc, so I'm not so worried about that. But this is not sustainable forever, especially I think once this gets to 6 million or so, this is supposed to double again. You can see this has gone up a cent just since we moved over here. But I think this is kind of a cool project. Maybe you want to toss a little bit in here. I wish I had put in more, because I put in maybe like one AVAX when this was this was 30 cents or so. But it's right now it's just printing, and like I said, people are talking about it doing well. The other caveat I want to give is I'm making this video roughly 8 p.m. on October 19th. If you watch this video Eastern time, but if you watch this video tomorrow, October 20th, my birthday, watch it tomorrow. If you watch it in a week, be sure to check kind of what's happened with this farm before you ape in, because this is very time sensitive. I'm not expecting this to last more than a couple days, if that. But that is SmartCoin, and I also kind of wanted to do these as a preview for my channel schedule moving forward. So starting this Friday, I'll do what I'm calling a Yield Farm Friday. So that is I will cover a series of small yield farms, DEXes, DeFi projects, whatever you guys request. So I'll look for comments below. I'll look for requests on Twitter as well, and then I'll just cover 7 or 8 small DeFi yield farms that people want me to look at, or that I find on my own. And so I'll do that every week from now on, and hopefully some of you can enjoy that. Hopefully we can have some fun. It'll be recorded for now, but eventually, hopefully, I can turn it into a live stream. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about some of these Avalanche projects down in the comments. And until next time, this is Dynamo DeFi.